G'day everyone. Today we're talking about compliance as an opportunity, not as a cost. Now, if you're an SME owner, there's a fair chance that just hearing the word compliance makes your shoulders tense. It's the stuff you do after hours, the health and safety forms that feel like they get in the way of real work, the policies somebody wrote once and nobody looks at until there's a problem. Most owners I talk to see compliance as a cost of doing business. Necessary, sure, but not something that helps you grow. The trouble is, that mindset is quite expensive. When you treat compliance as a tick box chore, you miss what it can really do for you. Build trust, protect your people, reduce risk, and open doors to bigger, better work. So, in this video, I want to reframe compliance and give you some simple, practical ways to turn it from dead weight into a genuine asset. Let's start with a quick compliance health check. Ask yourself a few blunt questions. Are your employment agreements current and consistent, or a mix of templates you've collected over the years? Do you actually have clear written policies for things such as bullying and harassment, cyber safety and risk management? Are your health and safety plans live documents that people use, or folders that only come out when someone's hurt? Then look at your financial and tax obligations. Are returns filed on time every time, or is there usually a last-minute scramble? How about privacy? Are you collecting and storing customer data in a way that lines up with the Privacy Act, or is it scattered across inboxes, devices, and old spreadsheets? If you're feeling a bit uncomfortable hearing those questions, that's normal. You're not alone. But that discomfort is showing you where the opportunity sits. Once you map what's in place, what's missing, and what's out of date, you've got something to work with. Next, I want you to think about compliance as trust infrastructure. Every policy, every record, every checklist is sending a signal. To your team, it says, we take your safety seriously. To your customers and suppliers, it says, you can count on us to do the right thing. To a council, a corporate, or an export buyer, it says, we don't cut corners. That matters in any business, but it becomes critical if you want to play in higher trust spaces, government and corporate contracts, childcare and aged care, financial services, construction, manufacturing, anything where risk is front and center. Often the difference between getting a look in and getting ignored is whether you can show your house is in order. Compliance is how you prove that. Once you've reframed it, the next step is to systemize. A lot of compliance pain comes from doing everything manually and from memory. You can take a lot of heat out by using simple tools, digital timesheets and payroll, cloud storage with clear folders and permissions, health and safety apps for incident reporting and toolbox talks, online policy hubs so staff actually know where to find things. None of this has to be fancy. The goal is to make the right way the easy way. When the process is simple, people are far more likely to follow it, and you're far more likely to be audit ready by default, not in panic mode. But systems alone won't carry it. Culture is where compliance either sticks or slides. If people see compliance as a stick to beat them with, they will hide mistakes, downplay near misses, and treat audits as a game of don't get caught. That's when risk goes up, not down. If instead you talk about the why behind the rules, protecting people, protecting their business, protecting your reputation, and you genuinely welcome people raising concerns, you shift the tone from control to care. Celebrate teams that call out risks early or suggest better ways of doing things. That's where compliance becomes part of how you work, not an add-on. Now, let's talk about opportunity. Some compliance work directly unlocks value. Strong ESG and sustainability reporting can open doors to new markets of funding. A great health and safety record can reduce insurance premiums and make you a more attractive contractor. Fair pay and inclusion policies lift your employer brand in a tight labour market. Robust privacy and cybersecurity builds customer trust and retention. The trick is to look for the overlap between what we must do and what gives us an edge. That's where compliance starts paying you back. Let's bring it to life with Ruben's story. Ruben owns a mid-sized construction firm in Palmerston North. For years, he saw compliance as a box-ticking exercise. The paperwork got done because it had to, usually at the last minute. Then he had a near miss on site, and not long after, he missed out on a government contract because his documentation and systems weren't up to scratch. That was the wake-up call. Ruben brought in a part-time compliance consultant, digitised his health and safety processes, introduced regular toolbox meetings, and worked with his team to co-write clearer, fairer site policies. It wasn't about dumping more rules on people. It was about making sure everyone understood what doing it properly looked like. Within a year, they had fewer incidents, better engagement on site, and they became eligible for higher value council projects they'd never been able to bid for before. Compliance didn't just keep them out of court, it literally changed the quality of work they could chase. Ruben put it quite nicely. He said, once we stopped resenting compliance and started owning it, we didn't just reduce risk, we raised our standards. So here's the takeaway. Compliance isn't red tape, it's reputation insurance. Done well, it makes you safer, stronger, and ready to grow. If you'd like to dig deeper into this, there's a full article on the Regeneration HQ website, and the link is in the description. And if you'd like a confidential, free of charge, free of obligation conversation about where your compliance is helping or quietly holding you back, my contact details are there as well. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Next time, cheers. Goodbye.